If you get a herb book, you'll find many herbs have got a whole lot of things you can do, but I like to target the specifics. The hawthorn berry is a specific for the heart. Cayenne pepper is a specific for the blood.
Today we're diving into the natural world of healing herbs that can completely transform your health. In this video we'll explore the wonders of nature's pharmacy herbs that have been used for centuries to heal, nourish, and restore the body. Barbara O'Neill, a renowned health educator and naturopath, has spent years sharing the power of natural remedies. She emphasizes the importance of working with the body's innate ability to heal itself. Herbs, according to her, are nature's gift, packed with nutrients and healing compounds that can support every system in our body. 1. Stinging nettle.
I'm going to start with one that I'm not going to touch, and you'll know why I'm not going to touch it, because it is stinging nettle. And I found this wonderful specimen this morning.
Have you ever come across a plant that looks harmless but can sting you if you touch it? Meet stinging nettle, nature's powerhouse herb. This plant may sting at first, but once you learn about its incredible health benefits, you'll want it in your wellness routine.
Stinging nettle can be used in a stew. You can use it like spinach, and we want rubber gloves on it, really thick rubber gloves, and you cut it up and you put it in your stew, and as soon as it cooks, it limps. And when it limps, of course, you've got no more of the prickly things, and also it annuls, so to speak, the stinging of it. But if you are weeding in the garden and the nettle does touch you, there is a remedy, and it is dock. And dock is the remedy for if you get touched by stinging nettle. And often you will find them growing together, that was very nice of God to do.
Stinging nettle is packed with nutrients like vitamins A, C, and K, plus minerals like iron, magnesium, and calcium.
The juice in the dock will bring relief and negate the sting from the stinging nettle. So why would you use stinging nettle? Stinging nettle's roots go deeper than any other root. And because the roots go so deep, they are able to access minerals way down deep in the earth, that the top plants can't actually access the minerals that the roots get if they're way down deep. So this stinging nettle, and you can almost tell because it is so dark green. You see, the darker the green, the higher the mineral content. So at Misty Mountain Health Retreat, we serve our guests breakfast like a king and lunch like a queen and tea like a pauper. And so the evening drink that we give our guests is broth. And we cook onions with the skin on it, and potatoes with the skin, and celery and all the celery leaves, and we slowly cook that for about 4 hours. And in the last half hour, we'd put stinging nettle in. And for a maybe 5-6 litre pot, we'd put about that much stinging nettle in. And then before we serve it, we strain it. So all the minerals that are in all those vegetables and all the minerals that are in that stinging nettle go into the water. So I say to our guests, aren't you glad we don't ask you to eat stinging nettle? We just drink the water from it. So all the minerals that are in the plants are now in the broth. So we strain that. And what we strain out is basically not good for much, because all the minerals are now in the water. And I know an old Aussie habit, the ladies used to cook their veggies on a Sunday and cook their roast, and then the water from the vegetables they would make their gravy with. That was because it gives a nice flavour. You know what the flavour is? The flavour is minerals.
It's been used for centuries to support joint health, boost energy, and even promote detoxification. This herb is a natural anti-inflammatory, great for easing arthritis and soothing muscle pain. It's also a diuretic, meaning it helps flush toxins from your body. Plus, it's a lifesaver for seasonal allergies. It reduces histamine, so you can breathe easier during allergy season.
The nettle is also reported to help with the inflammation of the prostate gland. The nettle, being very, very high in minerals, is high in iron, so it's very good for people who are a little bit challenged with anemia.
You can enjoy nettle as tea, take it as a supplement, or even use it topically for joint and skin health. Just remember, handle it with care. If it's fresh, those tiny hairs can sting. But once it's dried or cooked, It's completely safe.
So that's what you would use stinging nettle for.
2. Chickweed.
The next one we're going to look at is chickweed. And I found some very good specimens of chickweed. Now, chickweed looks very, very similar to radium. Yep, you probably can hardly see the difference there. So there is a way to tell the difference. And with the chickweed, it'll have one little rootstock, and the plant can spread right out about this big. In fact, if I've got chickweed in my garden, I know all I have to do is go underneath, find the root, and I got all of that away. It'll spread out. Now, the identifying factor with chickweed, when you break the chickweed stem, there's a thread in there. So that's held together because there's a little thread inside the stem. So that's the identifying factor with chickweed. And chickweed is a delightful herb. Feel free to come up and have a chew of the leaf. It is not bitter at all, so it's very, very nice in your salads.
Chickweed might look like an ordinary garden weed, but this humble plant is packed with incredible benefits. Its small, star-like white flowers and lush green leaves make it easy to spot in gardens, fields, and even cracks in sidewalks. What makes chickweed special? It's a nutritional powerhouse. This little herb is loaded with vitamin C, vitamin A, B complex vitamins, and essential minerals like calcium, magnesium, and iron.
So the chickweed can be thrown in your soups and your stews, and all the minerals will go in there. But you can see how the leaf is not as dark as the stinging nettle. It still has some iron, it still has some minerals, but it has quite a shallow root. I don't think I picked any root there. But medicinally, the chickweed is an anti-itch herb. And I know when my children had contact with chickenpox or measles, the next few days we're weeding in the garden, and my daughter Emma would say, "Leave the chickweed, Mum, we're gonna need that." And for measles, chickenpox, itchy things, you can pour boiling water on it, and the tea, when it cools, you can put into ice trays. So you've got chickweed tea ice cubes. And when someone has an itch, they get that out, and you know what ice will do to itch? So if ever you've got an itch, don't scratch it, because when you scratch an itch, it brings relief. But then what does it do? It's even worse. And if the scratching continues, the skin can break, and if the skin breaks, then an infection can come. Whenever you feel itch, grab an ice cube and just hit it. Now, the beauty of making chickweed tea ice cubes, you've got a double effect of not only the ice to kill the itch, but you've also got the herb. If someone has chickenpox, measles, you can make a bath and throw a heap of chickweed in the bath, and they can bathe in the chickweed bath.
For centuries, chickweed has been a go-to remedy for soothing irritated skin. Whether it's eczema, rashes, or minor burns, chickweed salves work wonders. Feeling adventurous? Add fresh chickweed to your salads, soups, or smoothies for a mild, slightly sweet flavor and a serious nutrient boost. You can also brew it into tea or use it in homemade skin balms. If you're harvesting wild chickweed, make sure you've identified it correctly. It's usually safe, but double-check to avoid any look-alike plants.
Can you see that? That will actually stay there. If I pull that hard, I can break that little inside thread. But that little thread in the middle is your identifying factor. So that's the main thing with chickweed. It can be eaten. It's got nice array of minerals in it, and it's anti-itch.
3. Radium, nature's skin remedy.
Now let's have a look at this other one, and this is called Radium. Radium's the one that looks like chickweed, and this is very different because it's just like a little tree. It doesn't spread out like the chickweed. And I was looking around, I thought that was quite a good specimen till I found this one, and you see it branches out. But as you can see, it's so similar, isn't it? So to identify it, you know that this is the radium because it grows like a tree, and that one spreads out. But the identifying factor is when you break it, can you see the white milk? There's a white milk there, and that white milk is an irritant. So don't put this one in your salad, okay? It's an irritant.
Radium weed, also called petty spurge or cancer weed, might look like an unassuming garden plant, but it's a powerful ally for skin health. This small herb has been traditionally used for treating skin issues like warts, sunspots, and even non-melanoma skin cancers such as basal cell carcinoma.
Now you see that white milk there? You can put that on a skin cancer and burn it out. You can put that on a wart and burn it out. You can put that on a mole and burn it out. It's an irritant. It'll irritate whatever you put it to. So what you can do is you can put a little bit of olive oil or coconut oil or pawpaw ointment, something like that, around the edge of the mole or wart or skin cancer, and just put that on the skin cancer, wart or mole. It'll flare up. It's an irritant. It's doing its work. It'll look terrible, but that's what it does. If you go and have a skin cancer burnt off from the doctor, it's going to look terrible, isn't it? It's just burning it out. So remember, this one is an irritant. Don't eat it. But you can irritate or burn out any little bits and pieces on your body that you'd like to burn out. So that's really the only thing that you would use the radium for. It's also called milkweed because of that little dot of milk that comes out. Obviously, the thicker the stem, the better milk that you will get.
What makes radium weed so effective? Its milky sap contains a compound called ingenol mebitate, which targets abnormal skin cells. When applied correctly, it can help clear up problem areas, but it's not something to use carelessly. The sap is potent and can irritate healthy skin, so expert guidance is a must. Radium weed grows in gardens, lawns, and wild areas across the globe, and its natural antiseptic properties make it a traditional favorite for minor skin issues. However, always consult a healthcare provider before trying it yourself. It's not a replacement for professional treatment.
There are some herbs that are specifically better for certain things than others.
4. Hawthorn berry.
The hawthorn berry. And the hawthorn berry is a specific for the heart.
Hawthorn berries may be tiny, but they pack a big punch when it comes to health, especially for your heart. For centuries, these little red fruits have been cherished for their ability to boost cardiovascular health. They're rich in antioxidants and natural compounds that strengthen the heart, improve blood flow, and even help manage conditions like high blood pressure and cholesterol. 5. Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper is a specific for the blood, and that's good news. That means it can be used all over the body.
Cayenne pepper isn't just a fiery spice for your favorite dishes, it's also a powerful natural remedy. Packed with capsaicin, the compound that gives it its heat, cayenne pepper is known to rev up your metabolism, improve circulation, and even relieve pain.
In the book Curing with Cayenne, the author Sam Beiser, he says you can put cayenne pepper with other herbs to increase their potency. So you could put cayenne pepper with hawthorn berry to increase the hawthorn berry's action on the heart. And you can put cayenne pepper with something like cranberry, which will help to increase the cranberry's ability to help resolve UTI or urinary tract infections.
Herbs are nature's way of nurturing and healing us. By incorporating these powerful remedies into your life, you can support your body's natural ability to heal and thrive. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more health tips. Comment below with your favorite herb or one you're excited to try. We'd love to hear from you.